Well, Alan and Joan, our dear friends, Maisie and I were touring, and we got into Blackhall. We both had a Mazda bus that we'd converted to a motorhome, and we got into Blackhall and we decided that we were camping down by the river, and we decided we'd go to the Blackhall pub for an evening meal together, the four of us. And as I was sat eating my meal, and I could feel this tingling in my left arm first, and then the pain started under my arm, and I knew I was going to have a heart attack. So I said to Maisie and our friends, I said, I think I'm just about to have a heart attack. So they rang the local ambulance. He came around and gave me some first aid tablets under the tongue and things like that. Took me to the Blackhall Hospital, which is very small really, and there was no room in the wards, so they put me in the children's playroom in a bed, and I could feel myself slipping away. And I said to Maisie, I said, I think this is the end, I'm going. And so the local doctor came in, who serviced the hospital and the town, and took some tests on me, an ECG and something else, and he rang Brisbane, and Brisbane suggested that he gave me an injection. I don't know what the substance was, but the injection would either hasten my end or bring me around a little better. It was a 50-50 chance, so yes, Maisie and I said, yeah, we'll take that chance, because I felt I was going anyway. So we waited half an hour for the stuff to work, and I began to feel that I wasn't slipping away anymore. So the next move was then to get me to a hospital in Brisbane, where they could do all the electronic testing, etc. So they rang the flying doctor service, and it was agreed that they would send a plane. But by this time it was gone, 10 o'clock at night, dark, and so they put me into the ambulance to drive me to the landing pitch. And then I realized that the driver of the ambulance was in contact with the pilot of the plane, radio contact, and obviously the pilot of the plane was concerned about kangaroos. So the driver said, well, don't worry, he said, I'll drive up and down and clear them off the strip so as that you can land. And I thought that was incredible. I was incredulous about it. And eventually the plane landed after all these routes. I couldn't see, I could only hear, because I'm laying flat, they wouldn't let me sit up. I'm laying flat, so I couldn't see anything, but it was all being relayed to me in sound and comments. And the plane landed and took off and loaded me on first, and that was a claustrophobic experience on the plane, it really was. They tie you down with a net so that you don't slip around, because the little plane has a lot of sort of turbulent movement. And anyway, I eventually got to Brisbane, and yeah, and that was the story of my heart attack at Blackhall, outback Queensland.